So we are doing Hanuman Chalisa, verse by verse, word by word. So let us prepare ourselves by sitting straight. Head, neck, backbone straight. This is the position where the energy flow is maximum. Let us withdraw our mind from all that has happened in the past, keeping only the learnings with us. Let us withdraw our mind from all future anxieties, worries, present tensions and confusions. And take a deep, slow, conscious breath, remembering Hanumanji, because he is Pavan Putra, Devata of wind. A still body, a cheerful mind, a clear intellect. This is very important for us because God says, you do this, balance things, I will do. But what we do is that we want something else and we are not preparing ourselves. So it's a business, it's a deal. Still body, cheerful mind, clear intellect. Once the instruments are ready, Bhagwan has to come. Bhagwan has no choice. Let us invoke God's grace, Guru Parampara's blessings for this session, specifically to Tulsidas ji and Hanuman ji and Sri Ramji's blessings. And let us chant together. Om. Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Akandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत् सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। अतुलितबलधामं स्वर्णशैलाबदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. हरि ओम्.
Hari Om Rajlakshmi ji, very beautiful chanting, very nice. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om to all. So, we are doing Hanuman Chalisa, chaupai by chaupai, verse by verse, word by word. And as we have discussed many times that Hanumanji has many qualities. Hanumanji is the most powerful god. Hanumanji is Chiranjeevi. And normally with other gods, when we pray, there is a long queue for our wish to get fulfilled. But Hanumanji is one god where the wish is fulfilled. Wish is fulfilled ASAP. And we saw yesterday those who were there in the program in Saraswati Vidyalaya. I think many of you were there. 300 participants came. And the marketing was not so much. We had just informed the schools and we could experience the divine atmosphere, such energy and charge. And the whole program went on so well with comparatively less volunteers and sevaks there. But that is the power of Hanumanji. So I think we are also planning that regularly we will do Hanuman Chalisa competition, Mela, which is very popular and many people chant it regularly. We saw in the audience that people actually do not know Bhagavad Gita, so uh, easily they can chant. But Hanuman Chalisa, many people chant it. So those who are interested here in these sessions, who are learning, please take down your notes and start classes yourself to explain Hanuman Chalisa, because I am sure when we start discussing Hanuman Chalisa, people will come to know the spiritual significance, in-depth meaning of each word, which is very important. And we are also going to train after this people to take 1 hour session on Hanuman Chalisa in the corporates, in schools and colleges. Those sessions have already been given by Swami Swatmananji with PPT and all videos, so you don't have to do much. And once you are going through all this detailed Hanuman Chalisa, you will be the best person to do that. So take up this year on the 75th year of our Chinmaya movement. Take up Hanuman Chalisa and go to various places and take 1 hour session. And once you go through this, recordings are there with you, PPTs are there, so every verse you know in detail with every word. So today we are going to see the 9th verse, where one of the powers of Hanumanji is displayed. He had the power to become small and he had also the power to become huge, very huge. And what is the spiritual significance of that for all of us to learn, that also we will see. So, Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dikhawa, Bikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarawa. Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siyahi Dikhawa, Bikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarawa. So, Hanumanji had the power to become small and power to become huge also. So, before we see what is Hanumanji's power, we must learn from Hanumanji one thing, that we must have power and intelligence to know when to become small and when to become big. Sometimes some people try to be very extra smart and very knowledgeable before their parents. My invitation to them is that when we are going near our parents, we must just ensure that all intelligence, knowledge, and how big we are and big we are, and then we should not show all these things before our knowledge, before our teacher, before our parents and elderly people. There you become small. I always feel that when parents are there, grandparents are there, we must just ensure that we must just sleep on their lap, becoming a small child. There we should not show smartness. When we go outside, then we must show our bigness and smartness and greatness as such. So here we will see how this Chaupai Tulsidas ji has given. सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा. Hanuman ji assumed tiny form 3-4 times. One of the place where he took tiny form was when he went to Ashok Vatika to meet Sita ji. There he didn't come in his original form, big form. So Sita ji also asked him that why did you take this such a tiny form and hiding on the tree there? So his reply is very, very interesting there, which comes in Valmiki Ramayana. He told that before nobility, one must become humble. So Sita ji is, symbol of peace, nobility. Before that, we must become smaller and humble. Actually, in a day, sometimes we must decide that I will surrender, I will become small, I will not speak great about myself. Otherwise, some people have a habit, wherever they go, they only start their own story only. Their life story, their past experiences. We must learn that sometimes we must become small and we must become humble and we must just listen. So when Sitaji asked, Hanumanji replied that here I am coming as a messenger and I had to give only two messages to you, that how Sri Ram's Viraha and how much power and strength he has. For that it was not required for me to take a huge form, such a humbleness. So we must become humble before nobility, and before pride and arrogance we must become huge. And exactly opposite thing we do before good people, before parents, before grandparents, before a teacher, before a guru, before some noble person, we want to show our smartness. There we must ask questions, there we must listen, there we must become small. And before pride people, arrogant people, or our own pride and arrogance, we must become huge. But exactly opposite thing we do. Sometimes when arrogance comes, pride comes, we become small and then surrender to it. Hanumanji also took smaller form in before Sursa and Lankani and used his intelligence. That story we are going to say in the further verses, that how many obstacles Hanumanji met while crossing the ocean in detail. Prabhu Mudrika, in that verse we will see that how when Hanumanji jumped from Mahendra Parvat, he had this Prabhu Mudrika in his hand and he had to deliver that to Mata Sitaji, and to deliver that how many obstacles he went across. So before Sursa and Lankani also he became small. He didn't use his power, he used his intelligence. So for us, very, very important, we must learn and practice this regularly. That today I will become humble only when I go to ashram before Swamiji, when I'm listening Gita or this. There I will not go and show, no, no, Swamiji, I attended Mandukya Upanishad, I learned this, I chanted this. You keep quiet. Why to show some greatness before a Mahatma? So let us not talk about our own achievements and our own greatness before nobility, before our parents, great parents and gurus, etc. Vikata Rupa Dhari Lanka Jarawa. Even Hanumanji said to Sitaji that all his powers came from Ramji. He has no powers, and that was true, that the moment he took and remembered the mission of Ramji, which is going to come in the next verse, all his powers came. So we also must remember that sometimes people say, no, no, I don't have any power, I'm sad, I'm depressed, what can I do? One alone person, what can I do? That is because I am doing all that work for myself. Whenever I do any work for God, and I have no fear, then we can see ourselves, and this we must test. Sometime coming to Chinmay Mission and working with a noble cause, with a selfless attitude and no fear, and see suddenly great achievements happen. We have so many experiences while doing yajnas and all, how things start happening when we have that attitude and when we work for a higher cause. Bikat Roopar Dhari Lanka Jarawa, fears formed to burn down the city of Lanka. So when Hanumanji's tail was burned down, he took such a huge form that all the people and all the Rakshasas there were started wondering that if one Hanuman, one monkey who had come here, who can take such a large form, what will be happening when all the Vanar Sena will come of Ramji? So now we will see what is the significance of this verse. Very beautiful verse. So now we have to pay attention as a Vedantic symbolism of that. Lanka means Bhoga Nagari. When actually Hanumanji saw Lanka, when he went there from that, when he's before entering, he saw entire Lanka was shining of gold. And as he entered at night time, he saw in Ravan's darbar so many queens lying down and enjoying, drinking, and all where Lanka there was indulgence and enjoyment and prosperity. So Lanka represents pleasure, sensuality, material possession, and indulgence in it. Very important to note. Now, what is the significance that Hanumanji burned the Lanka? Bhoga is burned by brahmacharya. So beautiful explanation. Self-knowledge and vairagya and bhakti of Hanumanji. So Hanumanji represents brahmacharya, self-control, self-knowledge, vairagya and bhakti. And when this indulgence, pleasure, sensuality comes in contact with brahmacharya, vairagya, the sensuality burns down. That is the significance of Lanka burning and Hanumanji burning with his tail. What is the significance of Ravana? Endless greed, arrogance, and pride. Ravana had everything. He had knowledge, he had tapas, he had done the tapas, but endless greed, arrogance, and pride that nobody can beat him. And opposite to that, what is the significance of Ayodhya? Ayodhya. Ayodhya means a yuddha. No yuddha happened there. Ayodhya Nagari means Bhakti Nagari because here everyone was in love and bhakti. That's the reason its name itself signifies a yudh, means no yudh. And what is Janaka Nagari? It was a place of jnana from where Sita ji came. So Sita ji got jnana and already Ayodhya had love and bhakti there. So it was a combination of jnana and bhakti and vairagya. But main important point to note here is that Lanka was burned down by Hanumanji, and the significance is this. The sensualness, the pleasures, the worldliness only goes down when our vairagya increases. And many people say that they have got vivek, they have got this knowledge of spiritual scriptures, but vairagya is not happening. Hanumanji, we must pray regularly to give Vairagya. Whenever we go to any Mahatma, we must pray, please give me Jnana, Vairagya, Bhakti. This must be our prayer. Next time, whenever we go to a temple to take darshan of God, we must pray to God, okay, Bhagwan, give me Jnana, Vairagya, Bhakti. Very interesting asking from God. Chaupahi 10, Bhima Roopadhari असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे. So the first part is in connection with the earlier words that Hanumanji took Bhima Rupa to destroy what? Fight weakness, ego, pride, desire, greed. So suppose we want to fight. Sometimes people say, no, when I'm doing japa, my mind is wandering anywhere. That time we must take a huge form. No, I am not going to allow this. Suppose I sit for meditation, people say, no, I cannot sit be more than 10 minutes. That is the time I must become big and become strong. No, whatever happens, anyhow, I'm not going to die. Maximum what will happen? Some leg pain happen, some, back pain will happen. What will happen? So we must ask, what will happen maximum? Nothing is going to happen. So that time we must become Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sahare. So these are Asuras. What are Asuras? Asuras were there in the Lanka. Right now we are not finding Asuras, fighting Asuras. We must fight six Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. These six Asuras to fight. We must take Bhima Rupa Dhari Asura Sahare. No, no, what can I do? I'm a weak person. All these desires overpower me. All this jealousy overpowers me. All this, krodha overpowers me. And then no, no, no. There I must become strong. And there is a nice sentence I remember. Do not tell God how big is your problem, but tell the problem how big is your God. No, no, Bhagavan, my problem is unique. My problem is very big. My problem you solve. Bhagavan says, no, no, I am much bigger than your problem. Actually, you are the problem because you are creating all this problem because of attachment. And this is very important. Now, I want you all to take a deep breath and listen to this. Ram Chandra ke kaaj saware. Hanumanji accomplished the mission of Ramji. As we know, Ramji had come, who is Vishnu avatar. All the Deva Devatas went to Vishnuji and prayed that now you come on Bhulok and then kill Ravana because there is lot of adharma happening. And who was Ravana? Jai Vijay. So Bhagwan had to come 3 times. So now we have to pay attention that what is this avatara and concept of God in 2-3 minutes. I had taken this session, entire session on concept of God. If today we pay attention and focus, then should not be doubt why God does, why me, whether God is Nirguna, Saguna, Brahman, whether God is Rama or Krishna or which avatar, this should go away. This doubt must be erased. What is the mission of Ramji? In Treta Yuga, all avatar has 2 missions. How many avatars came? Dashavatar, 10 avatars came. Tarna or Marna, 2 missions avatar comes. Tarna means there are devotees, Bhagwan saves, and there are asuras, kills. Tarna or Marna. So different concept of God must be clear in that where the avatar is coming, whether Krishna was avatar, Sri Ramji was avatar or God. So there is number one concept is absolute God. That is unmanifest Brahman, Satchidananda, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Then there is cosmic God, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Creator, destroyer, sustainer is the Vishnu. So Vishnu's avatar are there. So first is absolute God. Second concept is cosmic God, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. They have no akara, but they have got guna. What is the guna? Creator, sustainer, destroyer. 3 gunas are there. These are gunas, qualities they have. But there is no akara. We have given akara to them. Then there are functional God. There are 33 koti God. 33 koti means 33 types. 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras, 12 Adityas, 1 Indra, 1 Prajapati. So there are 33 types of God. This is our complete an organization working. All these gods, functional gods, reports to Indra, and then Indra reports to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. As per the need, if there is a creation need, he will go to Brahmaji. If there is a sustenance need, he will go to Vishnuji. If there is a destruction need, he will go to Maheshji. If something is to be sustained, dharma is to be sustained, he will go to Vishnuji. And then avatar comes. So Ramachandra ke kaj savare. So Ramachandra had come down. Avatarati. Avatarata means coming here on Bhulok. And very interesting definition I heard. Superman. If you see Superman movie, it should be watched. It is a very interesting movie. Superman. Superman is ordinary becomes extraordinary. Ordinary person becomes suddenly extraordinary. Who is the avatar? Extraordinary becomes ordinary for us. When Sri Ramchandraji took avatara, he became ordinary for us. He became a human being. He did all things like a human. He was Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, all knower that I am Vishnu. But in the war, he used to go and ask Sugriv and Vibhishan, what is your advice? He knew that deer was not gold, but without that deer coming and Sitaji going to Lanka, he wouldn't have gone to Lanka and found out. So all these leelas are there. So he displayed all human qualities. Sometimes we must read Valmiki Ramayana where Sri Ramji is displayed as a human being. Sitaji displayed all qualities of a wife and as a human because they had taken human avatar. But they already knew in their mind, like Amitabh Bachchan doing a movie, in that he knows that he is going to die. But he knows that he is Amitabh Bachchan, the role is going to die. So Vishnuji has taken Sri Ramji and Lakshmiji has taken Sitaji and they are all doing and all god goddesses came with them. So what is the job of a avatar? Marna or Tarna. Then there is Ishta Devata of my choice. I like, Vanvasi Ram. Then I like Balakrishna. I like Radha Krishna. So this is devotee's choice, and accordingly they make idols and keep at home and then worship because through that the bhakti increases. But all the time we must remember when we are discussing functional God, cosmic God, Avatara, Ishtadevata, the absolute nature of God is unmanifest Brahman. And this is all created by Maya. If this is understood, all Vedanta and Bhakti Grantha will be understood and there will be no confusion. Why Sitaji did this like this, then why he should have done like this, why Lakshmanji left Sitaji and went there. All these doubts go away because we know who was Lakshmanji. He was Sheshanaga. What is the mission of Ram Kaj ke Ramachandra ke Kaj Saware means what was the mission? Kill Ravana, establish Dharma. Dharma means that which integrates. What integrates? Love. What integrates? Values. Being a role model of perfect living, relationship, decision in all situations. So anytime we want to take a decision in relationship, we must say what Ramji did. Anytime we want to have a perfect living model, then we must say what Ramji did, how he took a decision as a Raja, what decision he took as a husband, what decision he took as a brother, and that way we must follow in all situations. And that's the reason a avatar comes for us to guide. So Sri Ramji's guidance is through his actions, and Sri Krishna's guidance is through his words. We must not do opposite thing. We cannot copy Krishna because Krishna married so many wives. Krishna did lot of things. So if we want to follow Krishna, Krishna follow his words. And if we want to follow Rama, follow his actions. What decision he took there. Kaj. Ramachandra ke Kaj Savare. Kaj means effectivity and efficiency. Hanumanji's power was displayed only when he joined Ramchandraji's mission. So all of us must. Till that he was depressed. He was sitting there. He was not having that kind of power realization because he had a sharp from a Rishi. He had forgotten his powers. So what is the important, very, 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 very important learning for us is that have a high goal in life and dedicate to God. Our goal should not be dharma, artha, kama, our goals in life. Marriage is not the goal in life. Marriage is goal in life. The goal of life is moksha. Any opportunity I get, I must work for a higher cause. Okay, this is an opportunity for me to work for this temple, this mission, this work. And then when I work, I will realize my powers, and that is how we grow. Very important point. Very, very important point. Those people who have no inspiration in life, no energy, always tired, always whenever you talk to them, no, I don't know what to do. That is paining. I don't feel like doing anything. These are the people who are not doing any seva, any inspired thing for any higher cause because my only job is for me, myself, my children, and my family. Then that inspiration will not remain for long. So, Ramachandra ke Kaj Savare, Hanumanji's actions got glorified only when he got associated with Ramji's mission. Otherwise, he would have stayed in Kishkinda and remained as one Vanar only with these powers. So before we go ahead, we will just see Ramachandra as Avtara. So how many avatars came and what is the significance in next 1 minute? Yugas, fightings and avatar. In Satya Yuga, fighting happened between lokas. People say, why this is important? People say, no, no, what to do? Now it is Kali Yuga. They're so bad. No, no, all yugas fighting happened. How many avatars came? Four. Matsya Kurma Varaha Narsimha avatar. Four avatars in Satya Yuga came. In Treta Yuga, so 4, 3, 2, 1. In Treta Yuga, three avatars came. And fighting was between Rakshasas and Devatas. Vamana, Parshurama, Rama, Sri Rama, avatar, three avatars. In Dwapar Yuga, two avatars came, Balrama and Krishna, because fighting happened between two kings in one family. And in Kali Yuga, the fighting is going to happen within us, inside us, lot of stress, lot of tension, lot of depression. We can see all the time today. 50% of America is depressed. India is a suicide capital. 2 minutes people become sad. Inside only war is happening. We have both God and Rakshasas inside us as a symbolic thing. And Avatar Kalki will come at the end of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the longest. Several lakhs and lakhs and lakhs of years. So we can see one interesting aspect. Sometime we will take Avatar Vada and what is the significance of Avatar in scientific way also. How the growth happened of from an amphibian bacteria, from a fish, from a living creature in the fish to human being. Entire Darwin theory of growth is given in Avtara. That first Avtara happened in water, then amphibian, then boar, then half man and half lion, then dwarf, then a jungle man, and then a civilized man, and then Krishna as a smart spiritual coach. And then we have this Kalki avatar who is going to come at the end of Kali Yuga. So why this is important? Because many people have spoken to me, no, no, there's a lot of fighting now, a lot of wars going on. Wars were going on in all yugas. Because without wars, Bhagwan is created like that, and then Bhagwan gets opportunity to come here and he will re-establish the dharma. And these yugas are going on again and again and again, again. Infinite time these yugas has happened. This is not the first time this Hanuman Chalisa session is happening. This is not the first time I am born. It has happened hundreds and lakhs of time. Chaupahi 11. लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरशिवर लाए. लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरशिवर लाए. So in Hanuman Chalisa, what is there? Hanuman's glories are there. Hanuman's powers are there. What all things Hanuman did. So Laya Sajivana Lakhana Jiyaye. Very, very beautiful verse that he brought life in Lakshmanji. Who is Lakshmanji? Sheshanag Avatar. And see, we may hug God, but God has hugged very few people. One of the devotee where God has hugged on his own is Hanumanji. And we will see what Hanumanji says on that also. Laya Sajivana Lakhana Jiyaye. So when Ramji and Sri Lakshmanji were fighting, Indrajit, who was a very powerful, warrior in Lanka, he had this power of Naga Sarpa. He had that arrow. And when he sent that arrow, Ramji and Lakshmanji both became unconscious, and that time Hanumanji brought thoughtfully, immediately Garuda to remove that Sarpa. Second incident, when Lakshmanji fell unconscious because of Indrajit's arrow in the war. That also significance we will see. Why? Then Hanumanji brought Dronagiri Parvat for Sanjeevani and again kept back. He went several times to Dronagiri and brought, not only once. So Laya Sajivana Lakhana Jiyaya, because very, very important, because suppose Lakshmanji would have died there, Hanumanji wouldn't have been there, then Sri Ramji would have given his life. If Ramji gives his life, Bharat and Shatrughanna gives life, all their wives gives their life, their mothers give their life, Ayodhya, entire Ayodhya Vasi would have given life. Because so much of love was there in each person. So Laya Sajivana Lakhana Jiyaye, Hanumanji was the person who brought life in in Lakshmanji. So now we will see spiritual significance. We have to pay attention of these stories. We should not ask, no, why Lakshmanji fell unconscious. Why he fell unconscious? Because of the spiritual significance for us to understand. What is the spiritual significance? Ramji signifies self-knowledge. Lakshmanji signifies Vairagya and Sitaji signifies Shanti, Bhakti. This is main important point to remember. Ramji, self-knowledge, Lakshmanji, Vairagya, and Sitaji, all three are together. That's the reason three of them went to Vanvas. So wherever there is self-knowledge, Vairagya will be there, there will be peace of mind. If I am not having peace of mind and Vairagya, I am lacking in that conviction in self-knowledge. I can only chant. I can know only Atma definition, Panchakoshatita, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, seventh verse of Mandukya Upanishad, Na Pradyam, etc. But I am not having that knowledge if I am not having Vairagya and Shanti. A person who has real self-knowledge, that person will have Vairagya towards the world and will be peaceful all the time at the background. Ravana denotes arrogance plus greed, and very importantly in this verse, as we are learning about Indrajit, Indrajit represents lust. Indrajit represents lust and temptations. Now, very important to note, when lust and temptations attack Vairagya, Lakshmanji, Vairagya becomes weaker. Many people say, yeah, I have Vairagya, but then I cannot avoid temptations. Sometimes, I know, but I overeat. I know I have to reduce weight, but hota hi nahi hai. I know I should walk and do exercise, but hota nahi hai because temptations are there. Comfort is there, convenience is there. So, when temptation, Indrajit attacks Lakshmanji, Vairagya becomes weak. Vairagya has to be revived by self-knowledge, Lord Rama, and devotion and bhakti of Hanumanji. That is how the spiritual significance of Ramayana and Hanuman Chalisa is there. So who revives Lakshmanji? Vairagya is now weaker. Now bhakti and knowledge. So Hanumanji has both and he goes and brings the Dronagiri Parvat and Sanjeevani Booty. Sita ji was peaceful when she was with Ramji in the Vanvas. So when Shanti plus self-knowledge are together, now we have to listen carefully. And when that temptation came, golden deer, Sita ji went away from Ram. So when self-knowledge, Ramji went away from Sita ji. So when self-knowledge went away from Sita ji, it is a learning from that. Then Sita ji got tempted. And then Shanti became Ashanti. She became agitated. When Ramji goes away from Sita ji became sad and agitated. So without self-knowledge, our life will have sadness and agitation. Full stop. If I want peacefulness, joyfulness deep within, I must have that self-knowledge. Who am I? Shanti minus self-knowledge is equal to disturbance in mind. That's a symbolism of Ravana coming, that deer coming, and Sita ji going in Lanka where the disturbance started, agitation started, sadness started. So whenever there is temptation, this is a symbolic in that story. Not that Sita ji was tempted because she was Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. But in the story, in that Leela part, this is the spiritual significance of what we are talking about. Shri Raghuveer Harashi Uralaye, second part of Chaupai 11. Significance of Ramji hugging Hanumanji. So when Sanjeevani Booty was brought And Hanuman, Lakshmanji was given that Sanjeevani Buddhist. Lakshmanji got up. And then Sri Ramji was so happy, so very joyous that he hugged Hanumanji. And that's the reason we have that picture also. Hanumanji and Sri Ramji in that hugging position. Very, very touching, very, very beautiful. And what is that spiritual significance? Ramji placed his heart in his devotees' mind and total fulfillment happened for Hanumanji. Hanumanji got self-enlightened. He was already, but that is the significance of that in that moment. Total fulfillment. So when God hugs us, it is not only physical hugging, it is transfer of his heart to our heart, his knowledge to our knowledge. Total fulfillment. That is the reason when we go to Guru, if Guru keeps his hand on our head, and says Tattvamasi, it has to happen. Tattvamasi means you are that. Where I am sitting, you are that. So total fulfillment happened for Hanumanji. That was his self-enlightenment point. Now, very importantly, what Hanumanji did. Hanumanji told Sri Ramji that Bhagwan, I am very happy, but when you hug me, I am not so comfortable. Because when you hug me, you can leave that hug and go away from me. So henceforth, what you do not hug me. You keep me at your feet. Very, very sweet. Don't hug me because when you hug me, you will be letting me go out of your hug also. So from today, what you do, you keep me at your feet because when I am at your feet, I can look at you all the time. When you are hugging me, your head and my head are opposite. I cannot see you because my vision goes beyond you. You can next time today hug and see. When you hug a person, you look beyond the person. So Hanumanji told Bhagwan, you keep me at your feet because when I am at your feet, I can keep looking at you. And that's the reason Sri Ramji blessed him. And then we can see all photographs wherever we go. Sri Ramji, Lakshmanji, Sitaji, and Hanumanji sitting in front and looking up and in this position because in that Hanumanji was very clever. He told Bhagwan, when I'm sitting down in that position, there are a lot of things are going to happen. One, you cannot leave me because in hugging you can leave me, but I'll keep looking at you, number one, then I'll be always at your feet. So I'll be always holding your feet. So there is no possibility that you can let me go because I'll hold your feet and I will always get that joy of looking at your face. So what a beautiful description. And that's the reason that request of Hanumanji was granted by Sri Ramji. And very interesting to note where Guruji says here that he later on calls Hanumanji as dear as Bharata also. That also we will see. Bharata is Samabhai. But none of the Lakshman didn't get jealous of Hanumanji. That is an interesting point. See, Ravan also, when Hanumanji burned the Lanka and came back, there is no dialogue of Ravan or Indrajit where they have used a bad word or degraded Hanumanji. Nobody has said in entire Valmiki Ramayana, Tulsi Ramayana, anything about Hanumanji. That is the greatness of Hanumanji. And Guruji says very important point. Very, 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 very important point is that do not be jealous of others. That is very easy. But do not make others jealous of you. I'll repeat it 3 times. Do not do anything so that other people become jealous of you. Don't show off your knowledge, no, I went here, I saw that. There are so many people who are not getting opportunity, not even to go out of their Mumbai or Ghatkopar, and before them you say, no, I went to Switzerland, I went to America, I have seen 27 countries. Your maid servant cannot go to even Matheran. She cannot take 1 day holiday because you will not give her holiday of 2 days because you will shout at her if she doesn't come for 3 days. And then before her, you are telling that, no, I went here, I saw this, I had a very nice darshan. In her heart, she is becoming jealous. So not allowing other people to make us jealous. We must keep our low profile. Do not talk because there are many people who do not have so many things as we have got. So, very, very important point. We must be careful of both, especially the second point. We must not do anything where other people feel jealous of our own doing. So, what is the important point? We must not talk greatness of our life. It's a very ordinary life. We must talk greatness of Hanumanji's life. So we have to study Hanumanji. Anybody talks about greatness, "Arey, you are great, but Hanumanji was so great." So we are studying Hanuman Chalisa. Hanuman Chalisa means great stories of Hanumanji. And that's the reason in many, many sections I say that one resolution we must take. I will not share about my stories. Those are not ordinary stories. Who will remember? Suppose we go away, one photograph will be placed by our children, our grandchildren also will remove it. Who will remember us? And after grandchildren also go away, nobody is going to remember what we have spoken, what we have done. After second generation, nobody is going to remember. Nothing is going to remember to be remembered by anybody. Here we are discussing of Treta Yuga. Something happened here. Such great things. So we must be so alert to and learn Bhagavad, Ramcharit Manas, Hanuman Chalisa, and all these stories about Dashavatar so that we share their stories because these are all eternal stories. So I will chant Om Purnamada Purnamidam and then Manisha will chant Hanuman Chalisa. Anyone wants to chant Hanuman Chalisa after this session is over, please let me know in that week so that before you chant and please join 3-4 minutes before the program starts and please we will check your audio video and then you can chant in next week as such. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So, thank you very much. So, before we chant, all of us will chant with Manisha. And when 41 people chant, it creates that vibration at this moment. On 1st of February, several thousands of people are going to chant Hanuman Chalisa in BKC doing Havan. So, if still you're not registered and you're living in Mumbai or around, please do it ASAP because the Havans are getting blocked, mostly completed by many of the families. So please do it ASAP this week. Yeah, Manisha.
Okay, Hari Om. श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत तुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुतना महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के कंचन बरन बिराज सुबैसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित के हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साज शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आत प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बस सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंह दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवार लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हर शिवर लाए रघुपत कीन्ही बहुत बढ़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभा सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्म दिमुनि सा नारद सारद सहित अहित जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाँ तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना राम मिलाय राजपद दीन तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भान, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जान। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख मान, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम रे। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरन। आपन तेज समारो आपै, तीनों लोक हांकते काप। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुना। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीर। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जोला। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम सार। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पा। चारु जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवार, असुर निकंदन राम दुलार। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी मां। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पास, सदा रहो रघुपति के दास। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरा। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहा। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख कर। संकट कटै मिटै सब पीर, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलवीर। जय 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 हनुमान गुसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख हो। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी। तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेर, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेर। की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। हरिओम।
Very nice chanting. So those who want to chant, please also let me know. We will send you a recording of Pramodini ji. That is what we follow in Chinmay Mission, the speed and the pronunciation. And that will help us to also refine our uchchar pronunciation and the exact wording of Hanuman Chalisa. Thank you very much. Anyone who has joined here who was yesterday in the program and first time attending this? Because yesterday in the program, a lot of people have taken numbers and I've unmuted all right.
Yeah, they can unmute, right?
Yesterday, what was the program? Gita, what was the program
Yesterday was
yesterday?
a program at Saraswati Vidyalaya where we had 1300 participants, 600 children and 600 parents.
Oh, we have to go there.
Competition
Okay.
Hanuman Chalisa and parent sessions with
Okay.
Hanuman Mela and
Okay.
activities and
Okay.
Hari Om, I was there yesterday and for the first time. Ashwin
very
Maheshwari this side.
Okay, very good. Ashwin came yesterday and now he's attending. Yesterday, a lot of parents took number and they wanted to join this session. Okay. So
Yes.
please keep passing on the link because we are going to do one by one and then we will also train those who are interested on one module of Hanuman Chalisa which Swatmananji has given. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hariom sir, thank
Hari
you so
Om.
much.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari
Hari
Om,
Om,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very
Hari
much.
Om.
Hariom, thank you so much.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hari Om, thank you.
Prasad, you can stop the recording.
हाँ